AI, C3AI, Inc. Technical analysis. General overview and trend. AI has experienced extreme volatility over the past 3 months, characterized by a sharp decline followed by a partial recovery and then a dramatic collapse. The stock began the period at $23.88 in mid-May, rallied to $30.24 in late May, then experienced a catastrophic drop to $16.47 by August 11th, representing a 45% decline from the peak. The price action shows a clear breakdown pattern with accelerating selling pressure in the final week. The overall trend shifted from consolidation in May to a sharp decline in June-July, culminating in a capitulation event in August. The recent price action suggests a complete breakdown of support with strong downward momentum. Price and volume. Volume analysis reveals extraordinary activity, especially in the final week. August 11th saw an unprecedented 66.9 million shares traded as the stock plummeted to $16.47. This volume level is significantly higher than the typical daily activity of 4 to 7 million shares seen in May-July. The correlation between price drops and massive volume spikes indicates strong institutional distribution and panic selling. The Chaikin oscillator at 268,011 suggests some accumulation despite the price decline, possibly indicating bargain hunting at extremely depressed levels. Moving averages. The current closing price of $16.47 is significantly below all key moving averages, reflecting strong downward momentum. Short-term averages are above the price, SMA 5 at $21.56, EMA 5 at $20.7183, SMA 10 at $22.568, and EMA 10 at $22.3202. Medium-term averages are substantially higher, SMA 20 at $25.0395, EMA 20 at $23.7731, SMA 21 at $25.1233, and EMA 21 at $23.8523. Long-term averages are even higher, SMA 50 at $25.124, EMA 50 at $24.5349, SMA 100 at $23.5658, EMA 100 at $25.0918, SMA 150 at $25.4759, EMA 150 at $26.5068, SMA 200 at $27.326, and EMA 200 at $27.1723. The price trading well below all moving averages confirms the strength of the downtrend, with the steep slope of shorter-term averages indicating accelerating downward momentum. Technical indicators. Momentum indicators, MACD at -1.4045 with a negative histogram of -0.8068 confirms strong downward momentum. RSI 14 at 19.22 indicates extremely oversold conditions. Williams R at -87.87 shows very strong downward momentum. Stochastic oscillators, K15 at 9.42, D15 at 9.08, K5 at 18.11, D5 at 27.71, suggest oversold conditions. CCI 20 at -243.62 indicates extremely strong downward momentum. Momentum 10 at -9.32 and ROC 14 at -42.19 both signal powerful negative momentum. Trend indicators. ADX 14 at 25.28 shows moderate trend strength. Arun down at 100.0 and Arun up at 40.0 confirm bearish dominance, with Arun oscillator at -92.86. Parabolic SAR at 24.4727 is above the current price, supporting the downtrend. DEMA 14 at 21.0829 and TEMA 10 at 19.2048 both support the bearish trend. Volatility indicators. Bollinger Bands show expansion with upper at 31.0831, middle at 25.0395, and lower at 18.9959. The price trading below the lower band indicates oversold conditions but also strong downward momentum. ATR 14 at 1.6249 reflects high volatility, while NATR 14 at 9.87 shows normalized volatility. Volume indicators. MFI 14 at 11.09 indicates extreme selling pressure and oversold conditions. OBV at 1.75 million shows distribution. Stock RSI K5 at 0.0 suggests extremely oversold conditions. Linear regression. The 20-day linear regression shows a steep negative slope, confirming the powerful downtrend. Price action is significantly below the regression line, indicating the strength of the downward momentum and potential for continuation. The most recent close is well below the regression line, suggesting the decline may have further to run before a significant recovery. Opening estimate for next trading day. Given the extreme downward momentum and oversold conditions, AI is expected to open between $16 and $16.50. The massive volume on the last day and the oversold readings suggest potential for a gap up, dead cat bounce, but the strong downtrend could also lead to continued downward pressure. The parabolic SAR above the price supports the bearish case. Support and resistance analysis. Key resistance levels are $17.50 psychological, $20 psychological, and $22 previous support. Support levels are $15 psychological, $14 extension of recent move, and $12 major psychological. At current price of $16.47, distance to first resistance is $1.03 and to first support is $1.47. Given the extreme oversold conditions, intraday movement may see an initial bounce toward $17.50 resistance, followed by a return to downward pressure toward $15 support. Intraday high and low estimates based on ATR 14. With ATR 14 at 1.6249, the estimated intraday range is high at $18.0949 and low at $14.8451. Given the recent volatility, this range may be conservative, and actual movement could exceed these estimates, especially to the downside if momentum continues. Possible scenarios. Bullish scenario. Short-term bounce due to oversold conditions. Price could test $17.50, then move toward $20. Sustainability would require sustained volume and a break above $22. Bearish scenario. Continuation of downtrend with break below $15, targeting $14 and potentially $12. The extreme oversold indicators suggest this scenario may be limited in the short term. Neutral scenario. Consolidation between $15 and $17.50 as the market digests the recent losses. This would allow indicators to reset before the next directional move. Conclusion. AI is in an extremely strong technical downtrend with exceptional downward momentum, but extremely oversold conditions suggest a high risk of a short-term bounce. The massive volume spike indicates capitulation, which often marks a near-term bottom. The stock is significantly below all moving averages, which supports the bearish trend but also increases the potential for a sharp rebound. Investors should monitor the $15 support level closely, as a break below could signal further declines. While the long-term trend remains bearish, the immediate oversold conditions favor caution for short sellers, with potential opportunities on bounces to key resistance levels. The extraordinary volatility suggests this stock is best suited for experienced traders with high risk tolerance.